Yo, what's going on, everyone? Saintsfan here, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video. Today, I am in my garage, and before I get into the video, do know that this is going to be sort of an opinionated video, and what I want you guys to do is let me know your opinions in the comments. Like, do know people have different opinions, so what I'm doing in this video is sharing with you guys my top 10 cars for GTA Online, or in GTA Online, and I'm going to go ahead and boom, show you guys. So these are the 10 cars that I would say are like must-haves, at least for me. And I'm going to go ahead and explain that, or why, right now. So the first one we have here is obviously the Insurgent. This one is a must-have just because it's an absolute tank that you can have in your garage. Like, it takes 5 sticky bombs, 5 RPGs. You can fit 4 people in here. Can you fit people on the side? I don't remember. I haven't driven this thing in a while, actually. But it's there. It's something you have for, or if you're in a lobby with people that are just trying to kill you. You got a guy in a Hydra. You got a guy in Armored Kuruma. You bust this thing out, and, you know, you do work, and you kill them. So that's why this one is a must-have. Now, this second one, this one is going to be controversial. I already know. But the reason I have it on here is not for the reason you probably think. This is my off-road vehicle, and I know this isn't like the off-road look that I normally have, but I kind of like this one. I don't know. I didn't want to change it because I thought it looked pretty good, but I would normally have off-road tires on this with the one with like the waves on it, because I think that looks and it fits like an off-road style. But this car is so good for off-roading just because you can get really high, like with the donk power, I guess, and it's good for traversing water. And I don't know, it's just pretty fun to drive. Plus, it has the new factor, I guess, so that's kind of another reason. But yeah, that one's probably not for everyone. However, for me, I like it for that reason. Next up, so this one is the Armored V12. Now, I think this is like one of the fastest 4-door cars in the game. But apart from that, this one takes at least 2 RPGs to kill you. And that is going to come in handy if you get people in Armored Kurumas or other vehicles trying to blow you up. And if you want to be a little bit faster and more agile than the Insurgent, then this is the car that I would bust out. Now, granted, I don't like the looks of this car, so I don't use it that often. But it does serve a purpose, and that purpose is to, you know, combat the people. It actually has bulletproof windows too. I forgot. So, you know, if you have people trying to shoot at you in an Armored Kuruma, you bust this out because then it's harder for them to kill you. But yeah, those are the first 3. All right, moving on to these next 2. These don't really get driven that often. However, they're just, look, the Dukes right here, it's got some of the best looking customization. Now, granted, you can't see it in this one just because I have the secondary and the primary the same color. But the secondary in this car is by far my favorite. Like, the way it goes in the car, like it's round, it basically outlines it. And I absolutely love it. I love customizing it. I love the look of this car. Just look at it, man. It looks so beautiful. So that is why the Dukes is in here. And then this one, I don't know. There's a few options I could have gone for this one. At the moment, I just picked the Buccaneer because it's just a classic lowrider. Plus, it's got the nostalgic flames on it. But honestly, and this goes for both of these 2 cars here, you could probably exchange those for some of the other lowriders, like when the Sabre Turbo Custom comes out. That one will probably replace this one. Or even if you wanted to go more classic with the Tornado, you know, that could replace this one or that one for that matter. But yeah, I mean, you got to have a lowrider. It's Los Santos, you know what I mean? Like, that's what Los Santos is, lowriders. So, you know, I had to pick a lowrider. And I think the Buccaneer and the Sabre Turbo are some of the better ones for that. So that is this first row or line, all practical purposes, I guess, except the Dukes. The Dukes is, I guess, it's practical in its looks, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But yeah, those are the first 5. Now, getting into the super sports and motorcycles. We'll start with the Salton Rs. Now, this one, it's got to be a must-have just because of the customization. Plus, it's the Salton freaking RS. Like, this car is a GTA 4 classic, man. And the fact that it's got all this insane customization, now whether or not you like the customization look I have, which is the Asimov look, or not, you know, that's obviously up to you. But this one, it's fast. It's not the fastest supercar, but it's fast. It looks amazing. and you can make your car actually look unique. And I love that. So that's why I drive this one so often. Like, it's one of my most driven cars. I almost wish you could, like, see how often you drove, like, you know, that your cars. That'd be pretty cool. They do that in Rocket League. I don't know if you guys ever played Rocket League, but you can see, like, how many times or how many goals or how long you've driven a car. And I wish you could see that in GTA. But next up, we have the T20. This one is the most expensive car in the game, but I don't know. It's just, it looks beautiful. It's fast. It's one of the best ones. This one's another one that I drive often. If I don't drive the Salton, I'm driving the T20. And I love this color that I put on it. I think it's Saints Gold with the black on the secondary. The secondary, I like that positioning on it. I mean, you really just can't go wrong with that car. Now, granted, it is. Now, like I said, it is $2.2 million, so that's a lot of money you're going to be spending. So I don't know if you're going to want to do that, but for me, I think it's another must-have. Okay, now this one I rarely use in free mode. However, I use this one all the time in racing. If you do a lot of racing in GTA, now you might like some of the other cars, but man, I'm in love with the Entity in racing. It doesn't look the best, and I don't even know if I like this lime green looking paint job. I might change that, but this one is like one of the OG cars for me. This is one of the first supercars I've ever owned in GTA, and it is incredible in racing. It's not the fastest, it doesn't have the best acceleration, but the handling is incredible. And for whatever reason, maybe I just play against horrible racers, and I know I'm not the best racer myself, but whenever I do race in this car, it seems like I usually come in either first or second. I'm always up there at the top, and I don't know if it's the car, if it's the driver, or what, but I'm telling you guys, for me, the practical purpose for this is specifically for racing. And then these next two, so we got the Jester. Now, I wanted to put a sports car in here, and I have said in the past I love the Massacro, and it is still one of my favorite cars. But lately, I've been using the Dinka Jester race car, and the way I have it set up, like with the matte red, and then it's got like the black line that's like, or the tear through it, I think it looks awesome. I love these rims on it, and I just realized my freaking crew logo's on there. That ruins everything. But besides that, this has been one of the cars I've been driving around in free roam recently, and it's just so much fun. I love the look of it. It handles well. It's obviously good at acceleration and speed and all that stuff. It's good for racing. I don't really race in sports cars that much. Most of the races that I do are supercars, unfortunately. But no, this one, for me at least at the time being, is definitely up there. If you have a sports car, it's either this or the Massacro. I think this one might be a little bit cheaper than the Massacro, and it's just as good. And then finally, last but not least, you got to have a bike. That's just, you need a bike, all right? And there's three options. You got the Ruffian, you got the Akuma, and you got the Baddie. Now, the Ruffian is not the fastest, but you can pop a wheelie, and it's pretty fun to stunt in if you're just going around the map, you know, popping wheelies, hitting things. The Akuma, it goes super fast, but you can't pop a wheelie in it that well, and this one, I feel the Baddie is a mix of both. This one is super fast. It's got great handling. You can pop a wheelie really easily, which, because of the whole, like, physics system in this game, when you pop a wheelie, you actually go faster. And I don't know, man. It's just, it's by far my favorite bike. I wish they would add new bikes that actually, like, look good, because the three, I think, new bikes that they added, or two new bikes that they added, they kind of suck. But this is the one that I use constantly. I use this all the time in free roam. And even in races, like, it's a really great bike for races, especially if you're doing those, like, super hard stunting races, because, like I said, you can pop the wheelie, so it's got a lot of different uses, and the fact that it's up there in top speed with some of the supercars, you know, it makes it a great bike. So there you guys have it. That is my 10-car garage. If I had to pick 10 cars to have in GTA Online, these would be the 10, at least for the time being. I mean, obviously, things change. If new cars come out, then, you know, like I said, this one, once the new Sabre Turbo comes out, I'll probably switch it out. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments, like, what is your 10 cars? If you had to pick 10 cars in GTA Online for practical purposes, what would they be at? Because, like I said, I covered all my bases. We got the off-road, we got the lowrider factor, we got the racing, we got the getaway, we got the freaking Insurgent tank mode. We got all of them here. So I feel like if we only had one garage in GTA, God forbid, because that'd be horrible, but if we only had one garage, these are the 10 cars that would be in my one garage. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. Let me know your top 10 in the comments below. And as always, see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.